Okay.
New York City's mayor, Zohran Mamdani, has proposed a preliminary budget of $127 billion. The entire state of Florida's budget is $117 billion. Florida Congressman Jimmy Patronis joins me. 8 million people live in New York City, 23 million in Florida, yet they have a smaller budget in Florida compared to New York City. Congressman, why is it so hard for Democrats to balance a budget?
I don't get it. Stu, I tell people all the time, it's not a sprint, it's a march. In Florida, we had to recover from the foreclosure crisis, and then putting one foot after the other, we cut taxes, we paid down debt, we never increased any of our types of revenue. And now look at us, we're in the best fiscal health we've ever been in the history of the state of Florida. Very proud of the work that we did. And the migration alone last year, over 400,000 new net Floridians. They're bringing their wealth, they're bringing their businesses, they're bringing their investments, they're bringing their retirement accounts. So we're in Florida, we're in a vicious cycle of upheaval of prosperity. And unfortunately, New York is in a vicious downward cycle where they just don't have enough of other people's money to operate the city.
You should try living here. Congressman, you've just scored another big hit, as I understand it. Palantir, they're a very important data analytics company. They just moved from Denver to Miami. You got to be happy about that. Are you building a new Silicon Valley deep down in Florida?
That's exactly what we're at least aspiring to do. As we continue to get the word out, people get to keep their money in Florida. It wasn't long ago I met with 3 separate families, one from Buffalo, Chicago, and New Jersey. And I asked them, why did you move to Florida? I'm a restaurant guy. I'm constantly recruiting customers. All 3 families, independently of each other, had the exact same answer: taxes. They wanted to keep more of their money. This is no different with Palantir. Their employees will be able to retain more of their money as they grow in a business-friendly environment in the great state of Florida.
One more for you, Congressman. 3 of your Republican colleagues are urging the administration to review and maybe revoke export licenses to businesses which send luxury items to Cuba. Do you want to stop that? Isolate Cuba completely? Stop companies from sending stuff to Cuba?
It's a very passionate issue in Miami-Dade County in South Florida. All 3 of those members of the Florida delegation, they're of Cuban descent. They have constituents that have been harmed, that have had their property seized by the Cuban government, and they're seeing this dictatorship continue to run roughshod. They want a free Cuba, and I want a free Cuba. The world would like to see a free Cuba, and what President Trump's doing with his leadership is getting the attention. It's starting to crumble. It's starting to collapse. The regimes that have run Cuba with a iron fist are starting to lose their grip on this. And I'm for opening up Cuba and freeing Cuba from this oppressive regime.
But you don't want a period of real violence in Cuba. You want a new regime and a peaceful transition to a new regime. It's just not clear how you get that.
Well, and this is what, fortunately, it looks like this is exactly what we're getting in Venezuela. The wake-up call has been in Venezuela. We're starting to see prosperity that is going to be on the horizon for this communist dictatorship where Maduro was at. So little by little, the Trump doctrine is taking over the northern hemisphere, and we're having a safer United States, a safer northern and western hemisphere.
Congressman Jimmy Patronis, thanks very much for joining us, sir. We'll see you again soon.